You've tried budgeting multiple times. Different apps, different spreadsheets. New year, fresh start, same result. And you're still not wealthy. So what if the problem isn't you? What if it's the budget itself? Because here's the truth. Budgets track money. They don't build wealth. And there's a massive difference between the two. By the end of this video, you'll understand why budgeting has failed you and what actually creates wealth. Picture this. Sunday night. You're starting fresh. Again. You download a new budgeting app. Maybe it's Mint. Maybe YNAB. Maybe you're going old school with a spreadsheet. This time will be different. You'll track every dollar. You'll stick to the categories. Groceries, $400. Restaurants, $150. Gas, $200. Entertainment, $100. Week 1, you're diligent. Every coffee logged, every receipt saved. You feel in control, maybe even a little proud. Week 3, things start slipping. The coffee you forgot to enter. The Target run that somehow became $87 instead of $40. The categories that don't quite fit real life. Where does the birthday gift go? Is that entertainment or miscellaneous? Week 6, you stop opening the app. The notifications pile up. The guilt sets in. I just don't have the discipline. And this has happened before. 3 times. Maybe 4. Different apps, different years. Same ending. You blamed yourself every time. Your lack of willpower. Your inability to stick with it. But what if budgets were designed to fail? Here's what's actually happening. Budgets are restrictive by nature. You can only spend $200 on groceries this month. Your brain doesn't hear planning, it hears deprivation, and it rebels. They require constant monitoring. Every transaction logged, every receipt photographed, every category balanced. It's exhausting. Decision fatigue is real, and budgets demand hundreds of micro-decisions every month. They're reactive, not proactive. A budget tracks what you already spent. It's a rearview mirror showing you where you've been, not a roadmap showing you where you're going. And when you inevitably go over, because life happens, because groceries cost more than you planned, because your car needed an unexpected repair, the budget makes you feel like a failure. The tool itself creates shame. But here's the deeper problem. Budgets assume the issue is awareness. That if you just knew where your money was going, you'd change your behavior. You already know you're spending too much on restaurants. You already know the subscription services are adding up. Knowing doesn't change behavior. Systems do. So here's what changes everything. Stop asking, where did my money go? Start asking, where do I want my money to go? The distinction matters. Budgets are about controlling spending after the fact. Wealth building is about directing money before you ever see it. You don't become wealthy by tracking your $4 coffee. You become wealthy by automatically moving $400 into investments before you can spend it. The shift. From restriction to intention. From tracking to automation. Budgets try to control you. Wealth systems work for you, even while you sleep. So what actually works? 3 things. Simple, proven, boring. First, pay yourself first. Not at the end of the month when you see what's left. The day you get paid. Money goes to savings and investments before bills, before groceries, before anything. Why does this work? Because you can't spend what you don't see. You adapt to what remains. Real example. You make $75,000 a year. 15%, $937 a month. Auto transfers to your Roth IRA and index funds the day your paycheck hits. You never touch it. You never miss it. That's $11,250 a year building wealth automatically. You're not relying on leftover discipline at month's end. You're making the wealth decision once, then automating it forever. Second, build wealth infrastructure. This is what separates people who manage money from people who build wealth. Infrastructure means systems that work in the background without daily decisions. Your 401k with automatic contribution increases, 1% more every year. You never notice the difference, but in a decade you're saving twice as much. Auto transfer to a high-yield savings account for your emergency fund, 3 months of expenses. Then 6, growing silently. Auto investment into index funds in your taxable brokerage account. Every paycheck, money flows into investments that compound while you're living your life. If you have debt, auto payment above the minimum. Not what feels manageable at month's end, what gets you free faster. You're not budgeting your way to wealth. You're building infrastructure that makes wealth inevitable. The shift from, I need to be more disciplined, to, I need better systems. Third, focus on the big wins, not the small cuts. This is where budgets betray you. They make you obsess over $5 lattes while ignoring $500 car payments. They make you feel guilty about small pleasures while missing the massive opportunities. Real math. Cutting coffee saves you $100 a month. Negotiating your rent down saves $200. Driving your car 2 extra years instead of upgrading saves $400 a month. Increasing your 401k contribution by 2% saves your future. Budgets make you feel poor by nickel and diming every small joy. Wealth systems make you feel rich by handling the big things automatically. And here's the freedom. Once the wealth infrastructure is running, spend the rest guilt-free. The coffee? Buy it. The dinner out? Enjoy it. Your future is already handled. So why does this work when budgets don't? Decision fatigue is real. Every time you manually track a purchase, you're using willpower. Willpower depletes. By Wednesday, you're tired. By month's end, you're done. Systems don't get tired. Automation removes the friction. The hardest part of wealth building isn't the math. It's the daily decision. Do I invest this month or skip it? Do I transfer to savings or leave it? With automation, you decide once, then it runs forever. There's also a psychological frame shift. Budgets operate from scarcity. I can't afford this. I'm over budget. I need to cut back. Wealth systems operate from abundance. My investments are already funded. My emergency fund is growing. The rest is mine to enjoy. When your wealth building is automatic, spending doesn't feel like failure. You already paid yourself. The guilt disappears. Budgets require you to be perfect every single day. Wealth systems only require you to be smart once. Now, this isn't magic. It requires work, but not the kind you think. One afternoon, maybe 2 hours. Here's the actual checklist. Open a retirement account if you don't have one. Roth IRA, traditional IRA, whatever fits your situation. Set up automatic transfers from your checking account to your savings and investment accounts. Schedule them for the day after payday, before you see the money, before you spend it. If you have a 401k, increase your contribution by 1 or 2%. You won't feel it in your paycheck, but you'll feel it in 30 years. Then set it and forget it. It's not sexy. It's not a hack. It's infrastructure. But infrastructure is what separates people who build wealth from people who just manage money. You set this up once. It runs for decades. That's the difference between budgeting, daily effort, monthly stress, and wealth building. One-time setup, lifetime results. In The Automatic Millionaire, David Bach tells the story of a couple who became millionaires on ordinary incomes. They weren't executives. They didn't inherit money. They didn't win the lottery. They made one decision: automatically direct 10% of every paycheck to investments before they saw it. 30 years later, they had $1.2 million. They never tracked a single transaction, never agonized over a budget category, never felt deprived. They built a system, and the system built their wealth. That's the difference. Budgets make you manage money every single day. Wealth systems make one decision that compounds for life. The couple in Bach's book didn't have more discipline than you. They had better infrastructure. Here's what no one wants to hear. You don't have a budgeting problem. You have a behavior problem. And budgets can't fix behavior. They can only track it. Budgets fail because they require you to be a different person every single day. more disciplined, more aware, more perfect. Wealth systems work because they don't require you to change at all. They change what happens automatically. You have a choice. You can keep trying to budget better, keep downloading new apps, keep restarting every January. Or you can accept that discipline is overrated and automation is underrated. Rich people don't have more willpower than you. They have better infrastructure. So the next time you feel the urge to start another budget, the Sunday night restart, the fresh spreadsheet, the new app, ask yourself this: am I trying to track my way to wealth? Or am I ready to build systems that actually create it? Budgets are for people who want to know where their money went. Wealth systems are for people who decide where it's going before it even arrives. You don't need another app. You don't need more discipline. You don't need to feel guilty about the coffee or the dinner out or the life you're living. You need infrastructure. And infrastructure doesn't require perfection. It just requires one decision. Stop budgeting your life. Start automating your wealth.